Good morning, everyone. I'm Vishnu Ekta Ben. In front of all of you, I'm presenting the Hindu newspaper headline. So, first of all, on page SC questions lightning speed of EC appointment. Next, time has come to rewrite history, says Amit Shah. Next, NCRT syllabus for Madras in Uttarakhand. Next, domestic demand to help offset dent in exports from global slowdown ministry. Next, Swiss ride on Cameroon born players goal. Next, a tribe effort to revive millet farming. Next, China brings more areas under lockdown. Next, can developing countries afford to be green? Next, General Asim Munir to be Pakistan Army Chief. Next, long time reformist leader Anwar Son in a Malaysian PM. Next, Duba lead coalition on its way to winning election in Nepal. Next, Gehlot says pilot a terror and he cannot be made CM. Then we comes to page number 4 in that sword of fear hangs over Punjab. Next, on page number 5 in that Governor Koshyari crossed all limits says NCP Chief Pawar. Next, Shivaji dissent demand action against governor. Next, leopard enters housing complex injuries man. Next, Vishwa Bharati VC reaches home after 10 hours gherav. Next, Punjab government employs term OPS notification and eyewash stage protest. Next, two suspected women Maoist killed in exchange of fire. Next, make Haryana teacher eligibility test certificate valid for life, says Huda. Next, President Doctor at PGIMS go on strike. Next, Mumbai locks 19 new cases of missiles. Next, on page number 7 in that Bomai Fernandez in war of words over territorial claims. Next, SC rejects Tahir Hussein's pleas in Delhi's Rawat's case. Next, FIR filed on IMS server ransomware attack. Next, NIA arrest Lawrence Bishnovi in terror criminal Nexo case. Next, Boma Fernandez in war of words over territorial claims. Next, Chhattisgarh bills aim to hike reservation in proportion to population. Next, Waqif board to introduce NCRT syllabus in Uttarakhand madrasas. Next, order not ready. Next, UP government conducts first meeting for Mahakumbh reviews preparations. Then we comes to page number 8 in that SSLC examination in Kerala to be held from March 9. Next, EPSC assigned probe into Nellore court theft case to CBI. Next, SC rejects Kantara team's pleas against retained order. Next, court rejects police custody of accused in TRS MLA case. Next, missiles case on the rise on Malapuram. Next, meet on boundary dispute next week. Next, people with single name on a passport inadmissible to UAE now, says advisory. Next, EC initiatives probe into vote data theft by NGO. Next, HC rejects Kantara's team pleas against a retained order. Next, liquor bottle will soon have high security holographic adhesive labels in Telangana. Next, closed shift for passengers has a wild elephant attacks KSRTC bus in Kerala. Next, AP man gets life sentence in acid attack murder case. Then we comes to page number 9. It's an article section in that disquiet in northeast. Next, opening instance. Next, Ukraine right beginners and the crisis of democracy. Next, a word of advice on OTT and the draft telecom bills. Then we comes to page number 10. It's also an article section that can poor countries afford to be green. Next, the challenge of the dressing without knowing where to go. Next, taps failed to record PM's drone interview. Next, in England. Then we comes to page number 11. In that, SC questions lightning speed of EC election. Next, US remark comparing Modi to Saudi PM was unnecessary, says India. Next, currency in circulation is almost double that in use before demonetization. Chidambaram. Next, SC Collingham list 7 High Court judges for transport. Next, anti-militants ops launched in Punches Mendar. Next, CBI will pro-border firing, Shah assures Meghalaya. Next, India-Iran discuss development of Chabbar port. Next, can make pro-farmer changes to crop scheme. Next, Indian military must abstain from vitriolic communication Pakistan. Then we comes to page number 12. In that, victim of its own success, BJP searches for the right campaign tune. Next, police putting pressure on SP workers to help BJP. Next, unemployment rate dips marginally to 7.2% in July-September 2022. Next, Shah says BJP is committed to bring uniform civil code. Next, opinion demands Odisha CM's resignation over sextortion case probe. Next, General Bhopukan is epitome of courage PM. Next, not enough to complain history is distorted. Time to rewrite it, Home Minister. Next, L&T backs executive enclave projects. Then we comes to page number 13. In that, center pledges to promote millets internationally in 2023. Next, campaign against gender discrimination from today. Next, Nirav seeks Noor to appeal against his extradition order. Next, Mamta to take part in PM's meet on G20 summit. Next, millets in the mainstream. How Odisha's Kutai Kond tribe rediscovered a palate for the poor man's food. Next, Jama Masjid revokes order restricting women's entry. Next, Aviation Minister notifies draft aircraft security rules 2022. Next, Kinev's saw blades recovered from Aftab's house police. Next, on page number 14, in that Russia Duma gives LGBTQ propaganda bill final approval. Next, UN rights chief urges Iran to halt violence on protesters. Next, rainstorm in Saudi shut down schools, cut main road to Mesa. Next, Kim's sisters makes insulting threats to Selo over sanction. Next, China expands lockdown as case hits record high. Next, Pakistani PM names ex-spy master Azim Munir to be new army chief. Next, Ukraine battles to restore power after Russian barrage energy grid near collapse. Next, UK net migration hit record high of more than 5 lakh. Next, no oil gas to those supporting price cap. Next, Afghan women protest on eve of UN Day against violence. Taliban keep a close eye on the march. Then we comes to page number 15. In that, rooftop solar in, installations fall 29% to 320 megawatt in July-September. Next, center empowers CCI to take up anti-profiteering matters. Next, India GCC agree to pursue FTA resumes talks goal. Next, exporter 6 helping hand to ride out global slowdown. Next, recession unlikely in APCAC region in 2023. Next, data lag makes MPC job challenging Patra. Next, CA flags export growth concern, urges focus on local demand. Next, local firms eye boost to safety gear output. Next, engineering exports slide on slowdown. Next, news gamers looking at gaming as a career shows HP India study. Next, State Bank to Mull raising $1.2 billion via Infabook. Then we comes to page number 16. In that, Belgium minister wears one love armband at World Cup match. Next, Saudi Al Shahrani undergoes surgery after collision. Next, Denmark midfielder Dene out of the tournament with knee injury. Next, Roger Milan honored ahead of Cameroon Switzerland match. Next, Yuri Gao failed to best an energetic South Korea. Next, Enrique Spanish Armada sets sail in glorious fashion. Next, Languid and listless Belgium Manaskis to pip spirited Canada. Then we comes to page number 17. In that, toothless Cameroon fails to get to going against resolute Switzerland. Next, Venezuela and Depay hold the key in needle clash. Next, host Qatar must conquer nerves before facing Senegal. Next, spirited Wales takes on Iran with knockouts inside. Next, England oozing confidence, but USA may be a tough nut to crack for William Kane's man. Next, Groteya and Italy make the semis. Next, India expected to turn a new leaf as ODI campaign begins today. Next, Nandha Kumar's breaks Chennaiyin hearts. Then we comes to page number 18 in that India A to face off against India D in the final. Next, Castaneda's goal gives Srinidhi Deccan full points. Next, Abhinav losses in pre-quarters of Weybridge PSA Challenger. Next, Salim takes lead in youth men's 10-meter rifle event. Next, Shakib Al Hasan return to ODI fold for India series. Next, ticket sales for Hockey World Cup begin. Next, Birari rides should deliver in future. Next, Rishabh Sachin shine in indoor international event. Next, good show by Indian boxer at Youth World Cup Championship. Next, India draws with Uzbekistan in first round of semi-finals. Then we comes to page number 20 in that unemployment rate sees a decline in July-September 2022. Next, record high drop in the ammunition for missiles in children. Next, Assam cabinet approves fund to build Anganwadi centers. Next, passport issues to Ukraine resident of 4 regions by Russia. Next, record rise in COVID-19 cases in China since April 2022. Next, Ravars at China's iPhone assembly plant. Next, Russia's nuclear icebreakers and militarization of the Arctic. That next on page number 21 in that how Endor transforms Star Wars, layered faculating critique of fascism. That much for today. Thanks for watching. Make a good day.